Okay, I'm just gonna make a video asking a few questions to all my viewers, all my subscribers. Sort of questions that have been on my mind as of late. I've been, thinking about profusely. Um, I've discussed it with, family members and other people that I know. Well, mainly family members. Probably just, one or two other people that I knew. But one of the questions I have to ask is it possible that to maintain your sanity without human interaction, but having, say, a canine companion as a substitute? I mean, is it possible? Like, let's just say that, you're not generally, good with people, or you're not necessarily accepted by other people. I mean, would having a dog as your main, you know, companion, or your, you know, best friend, so to say, would that be enough to keep you from losing your mind? I mean, do you think you could tolerate living like that? Because, that's something I thought about. I thought, hey, let me just get a dog, at least a dog. There's less likely to be arguments between me and the dog. I mean, obviously the dog can't give off verbal communication. They don't understand English or any form of speech that us humans know. Um, Dogs tend to love more unconditionally than another human being can. They tend to accept you. You know, they don't. They're not into modern memes, into modern jokes. So it's not like there's going to be a disconnect between you and your dog. But with other people, they tend to talk about certain things that you as an individual may not be into, and you may not quite understand. So with if with that with it, with noticing that, they may not really find it very engaging to be in a conversation with you, or to really socialize, like how to like kind of like small talk, like maybe conversation, but not necessarily like a deep, meaningful conversation about like life issues, or anything else deep and meaningful, but just like pretty much just making people laugh. I you might not I might not, or anybody else for that matter, may not be able to relate to all that kind of stuff when it comes to interacting with other people. I'm sorry, sorry. Let me get away from this light because it's shining too bright into the camera. All right, much better. But yeah, people, they are very, very complex in their interests, and there's no guarantee that you're going to relate to a lot of the people around you. In fact, I think if you tend to be a unique person, like that tends to take up interest in different activities and different different hobbies or whatever. They don't necessarily have to be hobbies. You're more likely than not going to have experience a disconnect with other people. Just because you're not necessarily into all the kind of all the same stuff that they're into. So yeah, that's why I've been thinking about getting a dog as of late, just to feel less lonely. And, you know, the fact that, I can trust my dog, you know, I mean, most likely my dog is not going to turn on me or anything like that. They're not going to backstab me. But, people, they tend to, only use you for what they can get out of you. And once they're done using you for whatever they want, they're, skedaddles. They're gone. So, do you guys think you can survive only living with dogs and not really necessarily interacting with people? Because maybe it's because you just find that you don't really like people, or people don't really want you around, which in my case it's kind of a combination between both. I mean, don't get me wrong, in a way, I do want to have connections. I do want to be able to interact with somebody without them cutting me off when I speak, or just not being interested in me. But just I've been trying for so long, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So why even continue trying? Why even go on trying to, to be accepted by people that don't want to accept you or don't want to accept me? That's my outlook on it. But that's one question. The second question is, do you find it annoying when somebody who seems to be only a few years older than you, like probably just like a year or 2 years at most, not that much older than you, you're pretty much the same age, if you want to go by the like the 2 year rule. If once you're like 2 years apart in age from somebody, you're pretty much the same age, whether it be older or younger, pretty much the same age. Do you find it annoying when they refer to you as kid? Like, I don't know. I know that a lot of people say that I look young. I look young for my age. I'm right now. I'm 29. I'm 29. I turned 29. What? Almost 3 months ago. So I'm not that far off from somebody in their early 30s. But I just really kind of find it annoying when people refer to me as kid. And I don't know. I find that very degrading, and very. I mean, even though it may not have been intended that way, but I just find it weird. I mean, like, I'm only a few years younger than you. Like, we're pretty much the same age. Why are you calling me kid? Like, seriously. Like, I mean, like, what is it? Is it because of my tone of voice? Do I not sound mature in my tone? Not necessarily in behavior and mannerisms, but like in the way that I talk. Do I come across as very immature, childish? I mean, I never thought that I did in any way. I never thought that I came across as immature and childish. But apparently, I guess yeah, maybe it's just the way I look. I just look young for my age. People think I'm younger than I really am. And the reason why I am bringing all this up is because the other day on my job, somebody, one of my coworkers, he works in another department, so I guess you could kind of call him a coworker of mine. He had said, "Yeah, hey, what's up, kid?" to me as he was passing by, and I'm like, uh, yeah, you couldn't be all that much older than me for you to be calling me kid. But that was his greeting to me, and I just wanted to know if any if you experience that. You know, people that are no more than 2 years older than you refer to you as kid. I mean, even 3 years, I still can't stand someone 3 years older than me referring to me as kid, because I'm still not far in age, really, from them. But let me know in the comment section. Just let me know how you feel, like what you think about both questions that I've asked on this video. You know, can you maintain your sanity um, living only with dogs, living with a dog, as opposed to having any form of human interaction? And have you ever experienced somebody just a few years older than you referring to you as kid, or do you find it and do you find it annoying when they refer to you as kid? Do you find it annoying when they bring that up to you? So just leave your comments and your thoughts about this. And I'm pretty much done, asking what I wanted to ask. I hope you guys are having a good night. I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and I'm gonna end this video right here. And well, that's all I have to say. See you in the next video. Bye.